Okay, on this rainy Saturday afternoon, rebalancing my new back tyre and wheel, obviously. So I've already loosened all this off, obviously, or I really didn't do it up tight enough when I fitted the tyre. The tyre being a Michelin Road 5, the one that came off was a Dunlop Sport Max, a D214. Right, just get on the other side. Again, it's all been loosened off. Where did I get to? I've took the locating bolt out for the ABS bracket, which then allows it to pivot up, so you can take the 8mm bolt out to actually take the sensor out the way of the wheel. I dare say the bracket itself might pull out, but I haven't tried that. Yeah, anyway, I had a Sport Max D214 on there, which lasted, I think it managed 2,200 miles, which is disgusting. And I never felt confident with it either. So I've replaced that with a Michelin Road 5, which I've had previous experiences with, and happy with the grip, and that was on my booster. So the GSX S has obviously got less torque. Right, so that's brake caliper out of the way. Yeah, so yes, the GSX S 1000 has obviously got less torque, less actual horsepower at the top end as well. So as I say, I was happy with the Michelin Road 5 on my Hayabusa, so it should do well. And for the week that I've had it on here, it's done really well. I have enjoyed it. A little bit of a chicken strip to go, but I'll get there. Right, pull the axle out. So yes, I changed the tyre last week. I tried balancing it up. That's where the weights went. I put about 50 grams of weight on it and got it near enough. I've only got one of those static stand balancers for the wheel, but when I rode it, when I did a test ride on it, was it commute Monday morning, I had a vibration coming up through the handlebars, which I didn't have before, which has got to be balance issues. So the way home I had the same, and the next morning I had the same, and I started googling things. I took all the weights off and tried it without, which made it slightly worse, not a lot worse, but I was getting more vibes through the pegs and the handlebars. So obviously it was vibration orientated and to do with the balance of the back wheel. Never had all this before, so not sure. Some of the forums were saying that it might be that there's a heavy spot, not by much, on the tyre that I've managed to put with a tiny heavy spot on the wheel, which makes all the weight one end and makes it also very difficult, without putting hundreds and hundreds of grams of weights on, to balance it. So I'm going to break the bead on the tyre and spin it 180 degrees and then balance it from there, and see if I use as many weights, but this time properly take my time and do a proper job, because I certainly don't want all that vibration going through my handlebars and my foot pegs. It was alright up to about 70, but anything over 70 and in the in the higher higher rev range, should we say, it was getting ridiculous, so got to be done. So I'll let the tyre down, break the bead, and see if I can spin that tyre around. So that's the tyre turnaround. Just get my compressor up to pressure. Put a bit of tyre soap around that to help it bead a bit better. Reseal and all that. And then pump it up again. And then start the balancing process. Okay, so I've given the wheel a bit of a clean. So it will allow the weight to be stuck onto it, because changing the tyre around has made for what I remember anyway. It's made no difference at all. That's how quick it was spinning round to its heaviest spot last time. So yes, turning the tyre 180 hasn't helped. Right, onslaught of weights then. I won't bore you with that, but it's pretty much you wait for the wheel to stop, which means the heaviest spot is at the bottom, and then you add weights to the top until the wheel doesn't stop in one particular spot, which then denotes you haven't got a heavy spot, which is pulling the tyre to the same spot down the bottom all the time. I hope that makes sense. That's how it makes sense in my head. So I'll carry on doing that and get some weights added and see if I can balance it up properly this time. Okay, that's about there. It's stopping because it's running out of momentum rather than a heavy spot dragging it around, which is pretty much all I can hope for. It does appear that putting the tyre 180 degrees, turning the tyre 180 degrees round on the rim has changed something, because the last time I balanced it up, I got the wheel fairly close. There was still ever such a slight creep to the wheel spinning, but I got it ever so close, and that was with 50 grams of weight added to the rim. On this one I've added 40 grams of weight, and as you can see, it's not got a heavy spot that is dragging it round to that point all the time. So I'm fairly confident, not going to know till it's on the bike and I'm doing some stupid speeds again, that it's balanced. So that will definitely be something I'll remember in future if I am struggling to balance the wheel properly, or indeed adding too much weight to it. But as you can see, every time I hit it, it's landing in a different spot. So that's the tyre and wheel balanced and shoved back on the bike. Now all I've got to do is test ride it. And with the weather this weekend, it'll probably be Monday on the commute. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ta-ra.